Welcome back to the coolest channel on YouTube. Look, just do me a favor, smash that like button. Let's get this video to like 20,000 likes, because y'all know we put out nothing but bangers around here. But look, man, strapping up y'all goddamn seatbelt, because we're in for a wild ride. Look, just make sure you're not believing everything that you see in these videos. Make sure you're going out here doing your own research. These videos are for you to exercise your mind and practice your discernment. But look, let's see what y'all hitting on. Let's see what people be believing in the comments down below. I love y'all, support y'all. Just know if you're going through a tough time, we're going through this thing called life together. You're never in it by yourself. Let's get it.
And the Nipsey connection. And in the end, you'll know his true intentions.
You was put down here to wake people up.
My son knows the secret to the mystery of life.
In this next video, you will hear Nipsey compare himself to the spook who sat by the door, which is the story of a man who infiltrated the CIA. Now, many people have took this as a sign that he was undercover as a Mason.
Now Blue Laces 2, one of my favorite records on the album, you make a spook who sat by the door reference.
You know about that, man.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I read that book, but I don't think you a spook who sat by the door. I think your intentions are pretty clear.
That's one of the reasons I was so vocal about where I was coming from and what I represented, because I knew who I wanted to mobilize. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna name my last album "The Spook That Sat by the Door." You know what I mean? When I finish my situation.
When I finish my situation.
After years of studying Egyptian history and its parallel to Freemasonry, I am convinced that they believe through ritual magic and worship, they are able to access not only the realms where these Egyptian gods reside, but grant the power to become immortal gods themselves. First, I want to start with Nipsey Hussle's mom at the funeral. She reads an Egyptian ritual off of a piece of paper. She even tells the audience to bear with her because she is not familiar with this. If that's the case, then why would she even do such a thing? Let's see what she says.
I'm supposed to say Ashe, so we called on the answer, so say Ashe.
In ancient times, they had used the word Ashe to invoke divine forces. Through this, they conceived the power to make something happen or produce change. In the definition, I also found interesting a person through training, experience, and initiation learns how to use the essential life forces to willfully affect change. Next, you'll see her do a ritual of libations.
And now I pour libations to the ancestors.
Libations had derived from Egypt. This symbolized an offer to a deity, and that deity was Osiris. Osiris originally was the god of life until he was murdered. His wife Isis, through magic, then brought him back from the dead, where he transitioned to the god of the underworld. After this occurred, Isis gave birth to Horus. He then became the god of the sky who protected and oversaw Egypt. Now, Horus is the key to understanding all of this. The truth has been hidden in plain sight this whole time. And once you can grasp their goals through ancient occult worship, you will then understand the journey Nipsey was on.
We need to look to the sky for God. God is within.
Now, in the next clip, you're going to hear Nipsey's mom during an interview promote her church called KSRT. As I looked up what that meant in Egypt, it was defined as the anointed one and was applied to Horus.
Caressed, K-R-S-T. They teach African spiritual science, okay? And that's where I get my strength from. And as black people, I want to encourage you to go back to your roots and find your creator and find your power, your spiritual power.
This is because they believe Horus is the true Jesus and his power is within all of us. She then goes on to say how the spirits talked to her, and through that she already knew Nipsey was dead before even finding out.
And then when the spirits talk to you, when the LAPD told me that it was Nipsey Hussle that had been shot, my spirit said, oh, that's what it was, because I already knew it.
She then mentions this one more time at the funeral, and she says her and Nipsey had closure conversations. And in those texts, he says he is ready.
I felt spiritually in my soul as if Arius was going to leave. And we had conversations through text messaging with one another. And I think that Arius knew too. And he says, I'm just happy and ready.
This next minute is the most important part to this whole video, so listen very closely. Now let's decode the black and white checkered floor. As I researched Egyptian symbolism in color, I found black represented the underworld and white represented the power of God. Now people were quick to say this symbolism proved Nipsey's ties. However, it goes much, much deeper. Let's continue. So when combined, the black and white colors could represent the power of their god Osiris, who is the god of the underworld. Now in Egypt, pharaohs would worship this idea, with the goal of becoming Horus in life and then transforming into Osiris at death. Now let me bring you to the Freemasons' website. It states during a 33rd degree ritual, they say, and I quote, "You who have passed the square, for your rewards prepare. Join heart and hand. Wages to you are due at your command." To make sense of what that meant, these Masons believe Osiris is the true god of the afterlife, and once fully committing to that and worshipping it, they can then become Horus here on earth, who was the only one to transform from a human into a god. It's also no coincidence that these Freemasons are called widow's sons. This stems from Osiris dying and Isis giving birth to Horus. This then made Horus a widow's son. After you pass the square, join your heart in your hand. I found this stems from the Book of the Dead in Egypt, which states, "Put your right hand over your heart and to your God and say, 'My heart of my mother, my heart of transformations.'" This is because Horus being transformed into a god could have not been achieved without his mother. Now let's tie in Nipsey. First, his brand was the marathon checkerboard symbolism. This could indicate his journey in Freemasonry. Next, we have his final album being called Victory Lap. This could symbolize his final initiation and the passage through the square. And finally, we have his last song being Right Hand to God. This could be him acknowledging the mother of transformations.
Elaborate on why you chose Victory Lap for your album title.
That just the title represents like a moment in my life where I feel like I reached a lot of my life goals.
This is exactly why his mother was given a script to pour libations as an offering to Osiris, as well as saying Ashe to invoke the divine power of Horus into Nipsey as he completes his 33rd degree ritual.
We immortalize Nip now. They thought they took him from us, but he's immortalized. And now he's greater than ever, and I'm so proud of my bro.
So maybe he accomplished his mission.
So with that being said, Nip ended up creating a square. The marathon is going to continue.
A patient leader, a divine light. And until we meet again, the marathon continues.
Marathon continues. I'm gonna end it like this. This man got a letter from Barack Obama, man.
Now Snoop Dogg ended his speech by saying Nipsey got a letter from Obama. And as I read this letter, it states he got the chance to see Nipsey's transformation. It's no coincidence because all the ones in power are Freemasons as well. I also want to point out that at the funeral we saw the use of purple and blue. In Egypt, purple symbolized magic, mystery, and power, while blue represented rebirth. This is why Horus was always depicted with blue, because through the magic of his mother, he was rebirthed into a god. They would also only paint the pharaohs blue who achieved this god-level power. And let me tell you, it's no coincidence that these Freemasons use these exact two colors only at the highest levels. Now people nicknamed him Nipsey Blue. LeBron James even came onto Twitter to start a viral thread asking Crayola to name the new blue crayon after Nipsey. And his real name translates to God is risen. He also has a tattoo saying God will rise. The elite want to achieve Horus's power. Let's bring you to the dollar bill. We see the bird with something above his head, as well as holding something below. Symbolism is even seen with the Vatican.
Oh, did y'all hear about the cave that they found in Vietnam? It's called the Sung Dum Cave. They found it, and villagers were talking about how they seen this creature called the Seraphim that walked into this cave, right? So the scientists, they went down there to go explore the cave. And I'm gonna talk about the Seraphim later on. I'm gonna tell y'all what it is. So when they went into this cave, right, they were able to recognize that this cave was 3 million years old. Not only the cave was 3 million years old, it had its own ancient forest in the cave. It's one of the biggest caves they ever seen, about 40 feet. Now, when they was exploring the cave, they also found water. They didn't find a puddle, they didn't find a stream, they found a damn river. Do you know how big a river is to be able to fit in a cave? So when they found this river, right, they started exploring, seeing what it was, checking it out. They realized that the reason why the forest is like this is because of the sunlight coming in. Not only that, the creatures living in is a reptilian with wings living in those caves.
But comets do not burn green. This incoming craft burn green. So these shafts from Nibiru, this is a real picture, by the way. The 144,000, they're going to give the 144,000 the Holy Spirit, for lack of better words. Now let me go through it. They will be given their barytheric gland and their 720 degrees of knowledge. There will be made to recite, to realign all their senses, and taken for 1,000 years, which is one day to us. 1,000 years is one day to the Elohim. Check it out. Once those 144,000 regains the knowledge of how to use these higher senses, you got to save yourself. This is when you will be able to raise your own vibration of your physical body to the spiritual level, going higher and higher until they can pass through the etheric body freely. Okay? Taking the physical body with them or turning inside out. Okay? So as the bodies of the 144,000 are vibrating, they become attuned with the crystal on these ships, Shmu or Shams, which are perfectly tuned to the pilot like a computer link.
Kind of how they say when you see those crafts and they're shifting and they're turning in the sky and stuff, and they're not just like one shape, and you're like, damn, why is it like that? That's what they're saying. Like, this is like you're like one with the craft.
Okay, so this makes a teleportation sequence possible.
That Bill wanted all the smoke.
This is
Absolutely not. Them dogs. Hey, man. It'll be over for them dogs. That's all I got to say. Fighting a bear? Absolutely not.
alert out of Mexico. What the hell is this radar?
Like a ship.
It's happening live at, what's the time here? 9:51 and August 24, which isn't the real date, but they lie to you, whatever. Like, look at this dude, Hickey. Holy fuck. See how that worked?
They're giving us a sign.
This looks like a portal just opened in Guadalajara, San Luis Posi, or Pots, whatever you say that word. Yes. Oh my. Here's about a half hour ago. You could see the lightning all around it. Like,
it's the laugh, yo.
yeah, see how that worked? This is normal or not? I'm laughing because this actually scares the shit out of me because I don't know what it is. I've been doing radar for 35 years. Never seen this doohickey before.
That's the laugh for me. I'm sorry, y'all. Hey, that made the hair on the back of my neck stand up. Cause boy, I'm up here high too, man. Don't start to get the shaking and shit. Hell no, I gotta get me a parachute. Hell no, I gotta get a parachute, y'all. Remind me in the comments, get a parachute.
August earthquake update. August 25th, 2024. Hold on your asses. If you still think this is fake, you must have done bumped your head. Make sure to read my caption for more information. Remember, I tried to tell you all.
Hey guys, quick video. We just had a magnitude 7.1 downgraded to a 6.9 in the Tonga region. And they are having aftershocks as well. I've been seeing a lot of earthquakes around the globe today and recently, and obviously a lot of volcanic eruptions. We just had Iceland pop. So if you remember from my old video or from my recent videos that I explained that when we have coronal mass ejection from our star, the power gets loaded into the mantle and then it raises back up and shakes areas where the Earth's crust is thinner. So the Ring of Fire will continue to be on high alert for more seismic and volcanic activity. Again, this is nothing to fear, but everything to be aware of because we are truly living in sacred times. Not to mention that the Earth's magnetic poles are also shifting, so there's so much going on at the same time. And I keep saying that it's very important to keep the mind, body, and spirit clean so that way you can ingest this energy with no static. So I had to make this video real quick. Again, magnitude 7.1 downgraded to a 6.9 in the Tonga region. And those of you who don't know, not too long ago, in the Tonga region, there was the largest underwater volcanic eruption ever recorded. So again, had to make this video real quick. Much love. Let's get it.
Volcano eruption update. August 20th, 2024. Hold onto your asses. Volcanoes is on a scale bigger than you could imagine. Watch this around the Ring of Fire. Have a volcano plan. Thank you.
How many of us, like, am I the only one that didn't know that it was like that many damn volcanoes on this planet? I knew it was a lot, but I didn't know they were everywhere like that. Like, should I feel bad about that? They didn't teach that in school. They taught us about like 1 or 2 volcanoes. I did a project on one, but didn't know it was this many. It's crazy.
Shoot.
They failed us.
Yeah. Booyah. Хорошо, стоп. Мясо.
Yes, sir. Tom, I do it. Tom, I do it. Yes, sir. Tom, what did you mean, man? Come on, давай есть. Том, держи. На, держи. Мясо, давай, Том, мясо. Вот. Том, неправильно. Давай. Том. Не хочет. Не хочет. Нет.
Hey, you know what's crazy about that? I was deployed on one of my deployments. We had a starving dog that used to come out to one of our posts. And mind you, we're in the middle of the desert. And the dog was starving. And we would try to, like, the dog would be trying to get food from us. But then when we offered the food that we have, that we get from the chow hall, the dog did not want nothing to do with the meat products at all, y'all. Like, just didn't. And you know, dogs eat anything. And this dog was starving. So he had no room to be picky, but he did not mess with it. Kind of crazy, right?
We are eating ourselves.
Wow.
Let me say that again.
Wow.
We are eating human. We are eating ourselves.
What the fuck?
And this is why I say what I say. The more I eat it, the way that I feel, what my spirit is telling me. And like I said before, there is no plants in any building. There's no amount of plants in any building across the world that can produce as much as meat as we eat. But guess what? They are producing every day.
Oh, shit.
Have you ever thought about that?
Oh, shit.
There's nothing growing that fast to be able to feed Wendy's, McDonald's, Popeyes, JJ's, Sharks, this fine dining restaurant, that fine dining restaurant. You tell me what's growing that fast and what's moving that fast besides people dying.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
Don't drink apple juice right now because it might have some arsenic in it. So Walmart is currently recalling apple juice in 25 different states. Now the apple juice that is affected by this recall is Great Value brand 8-ounce apple juice. It looks similar to this, specifically the ones that were sold in 6-packs in plastic bottles. Now the ones being recalled have a best if used by date of December 28, 2024. And they're being recalled in 25 different states. But I would say even if your state is not affected, I would just simply steer clear of apple juice right now, specifically Great Value brand, because there could always be a wider recall that includes more products. Now, according to the FDA, whatever will happen to you if you do manage to drink one of these apple juices that are like part of the recall seems to be medically reversible, and the probability of serious health consequences from consuming this apple juice seems to be remote, at least at the moment. But regardless of how remote or minor a medical problem might be if you consume the apple juice, I think it should go without saying, it is best to just steer clear of it completely. I mean, a minor medical problem is always worse than no medical problem.
So y'all, I ain't gonna lie. I watched this video and this joint weird as fuck. So, as you can see by the time, it was 2 in the morning, bruh. You got Playboy Cardi, 2 other men and 1 female in the back. So the police come up to the car and he asking them questions. Playboy Cardi like, oh my bad, I'm just trying to get home or whatever. This shorty in the back starts speaking some other shit. I don't even know what she said, bro. I can't really make out what she said. Only thing I think she said was search something. And then the Fed was like, what you say? And she said it again. And then Playboy Cardi was like, oh, don't even worry about her. And he did this little weird ass chuckle. To me, this shit looks strange.
Hey, look, I've seen this, but make sure y'all pay attention to when she start to speak. I'm gonna point something out too as well, and I want y'all opinion on it. And I know who she is. She's asking, but I put some clips on here.
She looks strange. She said some strange shit. Y'all watch the video and then y'all let me know down in the comments what the fuck she said, and if y'all found that weird. Do anybody know this girl?
Atlanta's crazy, boss. I was searching people. You what? Searching people. Don't listen. I'm just trying to get her back home. guys. I don't want to try to disrespect you.
Was she drunk?
What's up?
What are you doing in there with all them?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
Blink if you.
If I need help.
What you do?
Hold on.
I went to Howard University for their homecoming, and there was this photographer, Steve Hill, and he took a photo of me. I was not ready. I was just walking by. He took it, and I was like, all right, here's my Instagram, and then I went home. Within like the next 24 hours, I got like 30,000 followers or something.
All right, so check this out though. Now you can hear her speaking everything. She can speak, but was she under the influence of some type of drug, maybe, or is she possessed? You know how some of y'all is. Like, go ahead, give me your best shot in the comments down below. I kind of feel like she was too turned up. Maybe popped a couple little things out there. I don't know what these new people was on, but it's possible. I don't know. Not gonna pretend to know. But is she possessed, or was she? Because a lot of people I've been seeing on TikTok, people are trying to figure this thing out. It's a lot of opinions. I just want to know how y'all feel in the comments down below. I kind of feel like she had too many drinks, turning up too much. But it is a weird ass video, so I'm not gonna treat y'all any different if you say something strange, because this world is strange.
That only a select few have possession of this little red book. Why is it that only 144 individuals on this planet have possession of this little red book? And some of the ones who have this book will dance around certain topics, sharing only enough to not get them in some major trouble. Because this information is not for you. It was not supposed to be shared with you. So why is this precious red book sitting in only a select few people's hands? It's because it's too powerful. And if you want to know how powerful that information is, there's one chapter in this little red book that shows you an alignment between, and I have to watch what I say here, let's say certain entities. And that alliance is very close to being broken. And the details on what happens when that alliance is broken, they'll shock you. But unfortunately, that information has been tight-lipped, and there are consequences for sharing certain details of it. So if you see that going on here on the internet, people dancing around a certain subject, and some people will play like they have it. There's only, not everyone has it. Am I in possession of one? Maybe. Will I divulge certain details about that information? No, I won't. But there are people who will. And if they're willing to do that, and I know who they are, I'll point you in that direction. I'm out.
So I started to see people talking about this red book, and you know, we got to go down rabbit holes on here sometimes, you feel me? And this is a little bit of things that I found that were pretty interesting. Just let me know how y'all feel about this.
Men and women must receive equal pay for equal work and production. Genuine equality between the sexes can only be realized in the process of the socialist transformation of society as a whole. You may have noticed the Little Red Book in my background. It is quotations from Chairman Mao Zedong, also known as the Little Red Book. Workers of all countries unite. This copy is from 1972. The Little Red Book was originally published between 1964 and 1976. There's a little picture of Mao as well as the contents of the quotes broken up by subject. Cover that.
In those dreams, you cannot getting up after he dreams. In the Red Book, Carl Jung told us about how dreams have deep and powerful significance, but it also told us something so deeply terrifying that Carl Jung felt the need to hide this from the public for 50 years after his own death. The same mind that's inside you every night when you fall asleep, creating a perfect simulation of reality, so defined and so clear that while you're having those dreams, you cannot distinguish them from reality. Most of the time. Sometimes you can. That's a lucid dream. And yet, that's inside you. Now, I promised I'd tell you the scary part. And the scary part was that... And the scary part was that the same part of your mind that makes a dream for you every night, that you can't distinguish from reality, does not just happen at night. Carl Jung theorizes that it's happening right now, here, in this moment. And that's a paracosm. And here's the good news. And here's the good news. What I share with you here, what I've learned to do, is to change those. And you'll be experiencing that here over the next week as you see more synchronistic things come into your life, more magical experiences and synchronistic events as your dreams start to tell you stories. I encourage you to write them down and bring them back to us on our next show. Share them with us and let us know about the experiences you've had today.
And what I've learned from this is absolutely nothing. We already know that dreams, we already know stuff about the dreams. I remember the on that TV series Sandman that they had on Netflix where we were talking about the cats, and they were talking about dreams and consciousness, and believing in one thing can actually bring that into reality because we're all lucid dreamers together and we create in this universe as we dream, like that type of stuff. Is that what y'all got from it? I don't know. We're gonna keep going though.
Look, I want to talk about parasites today, they different pleomorphic roles, and just how to get rid of them, everything like that. So y'all climb on in the building. Climb on in the building. Auntie, would you hold that? Might got to get some haters off of here today, so let me sage them up. But I want to talk about parasites, parasitisms, how life is in the blood, and basically, how parasites have many different roles inside of the human body. So if y'all ready to get it started, get y'all pens and y'all pads, type in some 9s. We're going to take T blood today. We're going to put it under a $100,000 microscope, and we're going to read our blood. If your life is in the blood, we don't understand parasites and where it comes from. A lot of people think that parasitisms actually come from outside or external environments, when in fact most of the parasites come from within inside of you. It is already within inside of your cells, and I'm going to prove that today. I'm going to prove it. All you have to do is watch me long enough. I've been doing this for over 15 years, and the crazy part is when you study these things and you just spend hours and you look at the blood, of course the live blood cells, they die within about 45 minutes to an hour, but when you really study them and you start looking at their biology and their physiology and how they interact when they're under this microscope, it will blow your mind how really living you are. And it's crazy, they just call them white blood cells, when these things are entities that have a mind of their own. Tell them we don't watch them eat cells, we watch them check blood cells, we watch them stick little villi fingers out and move cells out the way, eat a cell, check it, get all the parasites out of the cell and move on to the next cell. We done seen some of the most craziest things in this lab, in my line. So we finna see this live, let's do it. You scared, T?
Oh, low key, it's crazy. It's like the closer we get.
I'm gonna take good care of you. I got you. Let's do it. Let me see your hands. So the first thing I'm gonna check is she hydrated or not? She is hydrated. I'm pretty sure that this finger gonna give me the most blood. So I'm gonna take an alcohol pad out. I'm not going through the venous system. I'm going to the blood capillary beds at the tip of her fingers. When you do it that way, you get about 5 million blood cells, y'all. Believe that in one drop of blood, one drop of solution, you probably get about 5 million cells. So you always gotta wash it off, sanitize it first, then we're gonna dry it off. Alright. It's gonna be a little prick of the finger. The first thing you check is for a red bead. She do got a red bead, so she do got hemoglobin in her blood, and she is oxygenated. Notice it's not thin and it's not running over, it's not spilling out. So that means her blood do have the right type of coagulants in it, which means she got good blood protein. That's a good thing. I'm just gonna squeeze it a little bit, make that bead a lot higher, and we're gonna get the blood. Now you can't expose the blood more than 10 to 15 seconds because otherwise you saturate the sample. Put it right there. And then we smear it on our slide. I got a real good spread of blood. That is an amazing spread. We're gonna put it under the microscope. After I get it under there, I clean up my working area, which is her finger. I'll wrap it up. And then you get the children. When children get it done, you get them Band-Aids. They got, colorful cartoons on them. But when a grown adult get it done, you just wrap it up and have them hold that finger together.
Back.
Alright, y'all. So it's on. I'm gonna start with my 5X or 5,000 objective, and I'm gonna turn the actual screen to what we're looking at. That's perfect. All right, y'all. So let's look at her blood. Let's see what we get. Alright, so these are her blood streams, her blood, so what we see, these little quarter parts we see is these little things that stacked up like coins. These are called rouleaux, but these are her erythrocytes. So when you look at the blood have a bunch of erythrocytes in them. Erythro, it actually, you can cut it off in a minute. Erythro actually means red, cyte means cell. This little gray substance we see is called blood plasma. So right now we're looking at her blood, but we're looking at it from a far out objective. The more we magnify, the more the blood cells get super big, and then we'll be able to start looking into them. So now we're going to increase our magnification. You can cut it off now. All right, so now we're getting closer. I'm going to put this on field 1. Let's get some clarity. So now we're starting to see an image. So right off bat, what do you see, T?
I see rouleau and target cells.
So you see rouleau and target cells. So you see rouleau. Rouleau is, so red blood cells are supposed to be spaced apart. Hers is not spaced apart. They actually are clumped on top of each other like stacks of coin. That lets you know off bat that she got some type of hypoxia going on, meaning that she's missing oxygen in her cells. So even though she got hemoglobin in her cells, iron is not actually attaching to the heme group. So she's missing oxygen, so it's causing a sticky substance to make her cells stick together. So I can tell off bat that she low in iron phosphate. Off bat just by looking at this, and we're not even magnified to 20x yet. We just on 10x. All right. Let's go around. Let's see. All right, now I'm starting to see a bunch of what? What is these? There are a bunch of yeast and fungus spots. So we see yeast, and we see fungus, and we see a bunch of rouleau. So we're going to magnify again. This to the 20,000 objective. All right, now I want y'all to see this. I'm going to take this off so y'all can see it. Hold on, y'all. I want y'all to see this. So this right here, these are yeast buds. And if you can see the yeast buds, they stuck in this mesh. And this mesh is called what, T? This is fiber lines. Now, is it a chronic stage of fiber line? No, it's not. This is an acute stage of fiber lines. So this means that, see, here go more acute stage of fiber lines. This means that the liver is being stressed. So it's some type of stress on the liver, but it's not a liver condition. When it's a liver condition, these things get very, very deep and they get very dark, and they have a bunch of parasitics inside of them. But we do see rouleau. We do see that her blood is starting to stack on top of each other. And then when this get into a chronic stage, they start to coagulate themselves together. And we call that RBC what? Aggregation. So you're not in an aggregation stage yet, but you most definitely getting there. But what you doing to cleanse and stuff now, we finna cleanse you up so you ain't gotta worry about that. So then what I do is I'm gonna roam around in the blood just for a minute so I can look for a spot. If you can, T, hold it right there for me. Hold it on there. All right, I am starting to see a bunch of deposits inside of the plasma with these lines inside the plasma, and this means some type of chemical. This can be medicine, this can be antibiotics, but it is something that's in the system. And then I'm starting to see yeast and fungus again.
How I feel after watching that Yaki segment? Drop the clip.
Jesse,
yo, imagine you at graduation, man. You call your boy up, your son, you know what I mean? And then that nigga get to go. Come on! You up against you celebrating, but he doing this shit so goddamn well. Come on now. Hey man, I'm proud of this boy. This boy probably came from nothing. You hear me? He came from the bottom to get that diploma, man. Sometimes you gotta let certain people get they gig on, man. Come on, man. Oh man, that boy. Come on. Hey man, me and the old lady would have been like, man, hey, I ain't finna say nothing to Junior, man. That Junior go ahead, man. Junior got it in, y'all. Hey man, let's watch it one more time a little bit. Come on, hit that shit. Come on, one more time. Come on, one more time. That boy clean with it. Come on, y'all. Y'all comment below, man. Y'all wanna know me? Yeah. I'm against you doing all this crazy shit, but this one, I enjoyed it. I ain't gonna lie. I can't even hold you up. Come on now. Come on, though. That boy hit the C-walk on the end, the dub C. Come on, man. Hey! And then he faked him out. Good news, though.
To be one of the top 10 most insidious toys that has ever been created. Watch how this friend be transformed into a demonic ostrich. And as it's booting up, my hell no meter is already going off as I see the eyes glow in the sharp teeth.
Motherfucker, goddamn.
Any children's toy that looks like it has the capability of being the ultimate supervillain on Toy Story 3 has the capability of getting Swiss cheese. This toy looked like it came straight from the Antichrist nursery room. This toy was created for one reason only, to scare the shit out of somebody. Just imagine you get this toy to a 5-year-old unknowingly to the traumas that's at bay. And then they boot this animatronic terror bot up. And all of a sudden, now you gotta re-potty train their ass. Cause now they pissing in the bed having flashbacks of the time that they soul left their body after seeing this terrifying creature. Twin, y'all let me know though, what?
Whoever invented that toy need their ass whooped. But looking at this clip right here, I kind of seen some weird things going on with it, man. And we did further investigation, and this is what we found. We found the real toy. Let's see if it reacts similar.
Wake up, bitch. I did.
Oh shit. Motherfucker, goddamn. You got that on.
As we can see, the mouth part was edited, y'all. The mouth part was... I knew it was something up about that shit. It's entertaining, though. It's entertaining, but if you saw it, you saw it. Let's keep going.
This is crazy. I have taken tons of pictures in this exact spot, and I have never seen this like this. I mean, my sunspots, you can see, are at the bottom of my screen there. So what is that? Crazy. closest I can get it to zoom. They rose up together because neither one of them were in that sky. I mean, just to show you, like, I am not full of it here. Here is this. What is that?
Six fast food meats you should always avoid. 6. Panda Express. This franchise's meat received an F rating, suggesting it's better to opt for smaller local Chinese restaurants. 5. Subway. The tuna here allegedly contains minimal actual tuna, with most being fillers mimicking tuna's texture. 4. Burger King. Their beef patties are laden with antibiotics, earning them a food grade of F3 Domino's. The pizza chain's various meats have an F food grade, raising concerns about topping quality. 2. Sonic. Their beef patties received an F grade, questioning the quality of their hamburgers. 1. Starbucks. Their food, including meat, is not prepared in-house but shipped from central kitchens.
So this is Billy Corgan from the Smashing Pumpkins, who had 2 separate appearances on the Howard Stern show. And he talks about somebody who he was with, a woman he was with, transformed in front of him. He looked away for a second, looked back, and she had transformed into some kind of reptilian. The thing is that I can't find this video, the video of him actually explaining what he saw, which I have seen with my own eyes, where he talks about her eyes being completely black, her skin being scaly, had completely transformed into a different being. And on YouTube, on Google, you cannot find the video of him actually going into detail. It was actually very hard to find this video and the other one of his second appearance, but I just wanted to bring it to y'all's attention. He said he was sober at the time. It happened in 2 different incidences with the same person, and it's just very interesting. Let's see what he has to say.
My friend, you made major news the last time you were here. Did you realize that?
About the alien, the shapeshifter.
You dropped a bombshell. Every paper picked it up.
Let's just say I was with somebody once and I saw a transformation that I can't explain.
The person transformed into something other than human.
Yes, I saw it.
You were talking to someone. They said to you, "Look, something's going to happen here. I'm going to morph into something else."
Imagine you're doing something and suddenly you turn around and there's somebody else standing there.
You still standing by it?
Absolutely. I know it happened. In fact, it happened twice. And on top of that, what's amazing is we live in a world where, look, I've been in public life on some level for 30 years.
Yep.
People treat it as if I'm crazy.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm here to say, like, now maybe I had a hallucination, but I saw what I saw.
Right. You saw it. It's your reality.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like, to question somebody's reality is a strange thing.
The second time you saw a shapeshifter, where were you? Probably at Darcy's house.
It was the same. It was the same person.
Oh, it was.
This happened with the same person twice.
Billy, when will you announce who this person is so I can investigate? Seriously.
I wouldn't name names.
But it's a famous person, right?
I wish it was somebody famous.
Yeah, because then that would be awesome.
Well, think of the book sale.
It was like Justin Bieber.
If you release their name, they will be famous. They're shapeshifters.
If I told you in private the story, could you keep my confidence?
Yes.
All right.
Now, here's the good thing about telling me something. Within a minute, I forget. Because I think everything is nonsense.
I will tell you the story.
You will?
Yeah. And I will say...
Go ahead.
Since we're on radio.
Thank you.
That the story is even more fantastical than you think.
Wow.
Can you give us something?
The person was naked.
Wait a second. Were you in bed with the shapeshifter? Were you making love?
I will tell you in confidence.
Holy mackerel. Now I'm with you. It was a woman. You made love to her.
Haven't we all experienced this?
Did you? Oh, believe me, I've been with people who shapeshifted, right? Like, but their personalities, they were completely different people before and after. Are you saying it was a lover who actually shapeshifted?
I can no longer discuss this.
All right. Should we commit him? Billy pulled me aside. He pulled me into a corner. He goes, "You ready?" I said, "I am." And he told me what happened when he met the shapeshifter.
Could you tell me?
If Billy says it's okay, I'll tell you.
By the time we get permission, you will have
Well, you always break me down. I'll end up telling you if you get to me quickly before I forget it.
Oh no, y'all. Look, sound like to me that it was somebody he was dealing with. He was clapping them cheeks. It was like, fuck it, I'm gonna show you what you already did, and she showed him. Boom. He probably freaked out. But then he was like, damn, when he got home, that shit was good. So he doubled back. And he asked her to turn into Beyonce. And she shapeshifted for him. And then, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, I'm just joking. But look, that's something that some of y'all would be out there doing. But that shit sound crazy. What would you do if somebody transformed in front of you? You wouldn't do shit.
When I was your age, I already owned a house. Yeah, because it cost $6. Your down payment couldn't buy a Frosty at an airport Wendy's today. The last time houses were actually affordable was when college degrees were actually useful. Have you doom-scrolled Zillow lately? I don't know if that's the price of a house or if the realtor's cat walked across the computer and sat on the zero key. The only way to own a house now is to patiently wait for Mr. Beast to give you one. By the time I was your age, by the time I'm your age, the sun will have exploded. So who needs a house? Lost yourself a customer. You think I own this business? You think I own IKEA? I'm a part-time employee halfway through a 2-week notice. I don't give a shit. At this job, we're a family. No, we're co-workers. We're in a store, not a Vin Diesel movie. What do you think this is, Fast and Furious 10, $10 an hour? Hate to disappoint you, but I've applied to 40 other families this week. We're not family. We're acquaintances who keep our lunch in the same fridge. This is just a job. I'm telling all my friends not to shop here. Tell them. You think I want 5 other yous running around the store? Have them call me, I'll tell them. You think you hate this place more than me? I work here. I know the sale ended last week, but can I still get a discount? Do you hear yourself? We can't go backwards. Time marches on. You want the sale from 15 years ago too? When's it end, Diane? You want that price, you're going to have to go through the quantum realm with Ant-Man.
Psalm 82, verse 5. They go on in darkness, knowing nothing. Did I not tell you that ye are gods? Yet you shall die like men and princes. G-O-D is not somebody's name, but somebody's nature. G-O-D, generator, operator, destroyer, is the codex inscriptus of these 3 letters. The brain is the generator of electricity and power. The soul is the operator of self that navigates, propels you through your life on this plane and the next. The destroyer factor is found in the sacral vertebrae, where the upcoming Kundalini, Sanskrit term for cosmic fire, and the coils that hook you up, that allows you to obtain everlasting life. That's what you're trying to do, is acquire those 3 states of consciousness. You're trying to raise up something inside that makes you everlasting.
There are souls that are here that came directly from Source, that literally used to sit next to God. And their energy is very different, it's very unique. Their light is different, their light is very unique. Their life has been very difficult, very challenging. These souls were part of the first and second wave of volunteers that chose to come here during this time. Since so many were hesitant to come down to help navigate through this transition when the call went out in the high tables, that these specific souls stepped forward and they were warned how difficult and challenging that it was going to be because of what it's like to be on this planet. Dolores Cannon goes heavy, and she talks heavily about it. I wish she was still here. Like, we definitely use her insight right about now. These particular souls can't, their path can't be, they can't be knocked off their path. They can't, there's nothing that they can do or anyone else can do to stop them at this point. They have woken up, they are starting to remember, they are starting to understand, they are stepping back into their purpose and power, understanding exactly who they are. They're remembering. And there's quite a few of them. These souls have been monitored their entire life. They've been tracked their entire life. And I know exactly how. They were more likely abducted at a young age. They've had gifts their entire life, but they were put into a deep hibernation. It was one of those deals where they were hidden in plain sight. And even though they were hidden and had no idea who they were, the powers that be that wanted to stop it knew who they were. And even though they were never allowed to, or given an opportunity to take these particular souls out, the only thing they could do was hope that those souls would take themselves out. That they would put so much on their shoulders that hopefully it would cause them to give up. That was their only hope. They had to do it to themselves. The powers that be needed these particular souls to become their own worst enemy. For it was the only way that they were going to stop what was happening. That's why these particular souls trigger people like they do. They're walking tower moments. They're here to quite literally heal the planet. And even though they may not be perfect, and there may be flaws that lots of other people may see inside of these individuals, they're nothing in comparison to what they're going to do for this planet and navigating through this transition. They are heavily, heavily protected spiritually. They are divinely guided. And there's nothing that can stop them. They will allow, or God, the universe, will allow others to try to affect them for one or two reasons. One, to allow them to have these experiences, to start waking them up, to see what it's like to feel these experiences of when people are doing things they know that's not right, and it slowly starts putting pieces of the puzzle together for them. And then also, two, it allows those that don't mind taking advantage of people, of innocent people, especially of souls that have such huge hearts and only want to love. That's all they want. That's all they care about, helping and loving. It allows for souls that want to come against that to collect enough karma to deliver justice and hopefully change the perspective and get them on a different track, different path. These souls come directly from Source. They literally sit next to God. And it has taken me a very long time to even muster up the courage to deliver this type of information from what I'm understanding about these particular souls. Because it is such a bold statement.
But damn. I mean, that was deep. That was touching too. Let me know if anything in these videos have, like, you know, sparked something in you, made you start thinking a completely different way, you know, made you, because some of these videos be capped and you have to do research. You know, you just can't blindly follow it because it sounds nice. You know, you have to do the homework too as well. And you will see, you know, that's why we have fun with this stuff, because we know what's real, what's not, you know, and we discuss these things. Even if, you know, you might feel that you're right in the stance that you take, you know, it's always good to hear other people's perspective too as well, because you might have missed something on your journey. And I like to do a lot of reflecting and a lot of, you know, just shadow work behind the scenes, man. Let me know if y'all still doing y'all shadow work. Are y'all out here exercising, getting out here working out, you know, because I know I have. I've been back working out, running and stuff like that. I've been running 5 to 6 miles like every other day. And, you know, when I'm not just purely running, I'm running 3 miles and then I work out and start lifting weights and stuff like that. So I'm trying to bring sexy back. I'm trying to bring them cheekbones back. You know what I'm saying? Let me know if y'all trying to bring y'all cheekbones back in the comments. You know what I'm saying? Look, man, we got to start getting on our things. The new 30s is the new, you know, 18, you know. I feel amazing though. I definitely do feel amazing. And I keep y'all updated when I officially start this detox cleanse, because a lot of y'all want to do that with me. And just stay posted, man. Y'all stay hip to what's going on out here in the world. I got some more dope videos to drop for y'all. Y'all let me know in the comments down below what topics y'all want me to cover. Do y'all want some more of politics? Do you want some more celebrities? Whatever, you know, we can talk about whatever on this channel. But I appreciate y'all for following my journey this far. You know, we get one step closer every day to getting to that 1 million subscribers. And look, I'll see you on the next video. Like I always say, spread love, because there's too much hate in this world. Love you guys. I'll see you on the next video. And I'm out though. Bye.